Now, one thing that I want to talk about that I talk about all the time in all of my classes and teachings is this idea of being in right relationship. Now, what does that mean? Right relationship is our opportunity to come into closeness, into reciprocity, into rightness in a way that is just so deeply personal and individual for each person. I believe that someone can't really tell someone else what right relationship means for that person. Of course, we can tell and sense when someone is out of right relationship, like so many things on this planet are out of balance, are out of right relationship. But the part of this that I like is that it's just so deeply personal, and that it is something that really comes from inner reflection. It comes from continually going inward and reflecting and fine-tuning and deepening this understanding. To be in right relationship, I believe that it really has to do with reciprocity. Reciprocity with the plants and with the land, reciprocity with spirit, reciprocity with the people around you, the people that you serve, the people of whose land you're upon, all of these things. Now, what are some simple ways that we can learn to be in right relationship with each other, or with the plants, or with spirit? Well, one primary way is through the golden rule, right? Treat others the way you would like to be treated. And to do so in a more animistic way, right? So animism is the belief and understanding that everything around us has a spirit, has an intelligence, has a place on this earth, and that there really is no hierarchy between things. I am definitely no more worthy or intelligent or whole than these plants. I mean, if anything, I feel that they have more wisdom and intelligence than me, and I'm always learning from them. But you get the point. So, some ways that I live and continue to try to be in right relationship is to see everything in and around me as an oracle, kind of, as a way of receiving information, as a way of receiving messages, guidance, wisdom. So, for example, we want to be in right relationship when we are harvesting plants. This is just a really simple, easy example. I, years ago, about a decade ago, first started harvesting pine resin, pine sap, and I was so excited. So I went to this beautiful pine tree that had all this resin dripping from the side. I gave offerings, I grounded and breathed with the tree. We ran our saps together, and I began harvesting. I felt that I had gotten a yes from the tree. Well, I started harvesting, and it was beautiful. Everything was just falling right off. It was nearly jumping into my hands. And then I felt a shift, and I felt what I now can recognize as being done. I felt that the tree had given what I wanted to, that I was done, but I was so excited. And this is part of human nature, right? We're just so excited. This is like a new thing. I'm going to share it with friends. It's almost like out of the appreciation and gratitude that I have that I'm so excited. But that excitement led me to push, even though I knew I was having the intuition that I was complete. It led me to push, and I continued harvesting. Well, what happened after that? I tripped over a tree root, and I, for no linear mental reason, was consumed with guilt. And it really wasn't from the mental place of thinking of like, oh, I harvested too much. Was I supposed to, blah, blah, blah. It was beside that. It just came in and through me, and I was crying with guilt. And that was my sign, my way of knowing I had pushed it too far. I wasn't listening. I listened, I heard, but I chose to still act in a certain way and continue to harvest. And, you know, that was my cue. And even though, oh, I wish I'd be in right relationship all the time or whatever, that was such a good learning experience for me. And I truly believe that all of the beings around us, the plants, the rocks, the earth, the, spirit, knows that we're humans and we need to learn in these ways. So did I feel like, oh, the pines hate me now, or this pine tree is, pissed or whatever? No. My feeling was that that tree was so happy and willing to be there for me in that learning lesson that will serve me for the rest of my life. So we don't have to get hard on ourselves. We can feel the emotions that come up of whether it's guilt or shame or anger or frustration at ourselves for not listening or, whatever it is. But to then come back to the understanding that we are all learning. We are on this earth to learn, to refine, to get better. So it's okay to have learning lessons, but we need to integrate those into our systems and our ways of understanding and working with the world so that it can alchemize and that we can fully integrate and take that lesson. So do I overharvest now? No. I've learned, and that wasn't my only learning lesson, right? That was my pine learning lesson, and who knows, maybe I'll need to remember that lesson and get, trip over a root again or get poked in the face with pine needles. It happens all the time and in so many different ways. Reciprocity, though. Coming into right relationship, how would you want to be treated if you were these beings? Give offerings, give thanks, give gratitude. Trust that you have enough. Trust that you have what you need and that more will come if you need it. All right, this is just my first little talk about being in right relationship. I could talk for hours about this, and I'm sure I'll come back. Comment, like, subscribe. If you have any questions, let me know, and I'll put info about how to work with me and get in touch down below. Have a great day, y'all.